Upbeat, slightly tense synth music fades in, then under. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For most of us, the numbers we hear about the economy, inflation, average rent, the cost of groceries, are just that, numbers. We see them in headlines, we feel a pinch at the checkout, but we go home to our lives. But what if you had to build a life from zero, right now, with what the average American is supposedly working with? What does that actually feel like? That's exactly what we're doing today. This is the 48-hour US Economy Survival Challenge. My friend Sam and I are going to attempt to live for 2 full days using only the resources of a hypothetical average American starting from scratch. We've crunched the latest data to set our rules, and honestly, I'm nervous. Can we make it? Let's find out. Music shifts to a driving, documentary-style beat. First, the rules. We're basing this on the median individual income after taxes, which breaks down to roughly a certain amount per day. We've taken that daily number and allocated it across 3 critical areas: shelter, food, and transportation. We have 0 saved. No fridge full of condiments, no leftover gas in the car, no toiletries stockpiled from last month. We begin with our daily allowance and nothing else. For shelter, we looked at the average cost of a single room rental, split it per day, and that's our lodging budget. We cannot sleep in our own homes or use a friend's place for free. We have to acquire a safe place to sleep within our budget. Food is based on the average daily spending of an American, but here's the kicker: we have no kitchenware, no spices, no cooking oil to start. If we need to cook, we need to buy those things first, from our food budget. Transportation is based on average daily costs, including public transit or fuel. We can walk, but time is a factor. And finally, we've set aside budget for a basic job we have to do each day, a gig economy task that requires a phone and internet, which we also have to pay for from our daily total. It sounds clinical, but the reality hits fast. Day 1, we get our cash. The first crisis, shelter. The daily rate for even a budget motel is swallowing over half of our day's total. Immediately, the trade-offs begin. If we take the room, we have very little left for food and transport. We spend 2 hours online and calling, trying to find a hostel or a last-minute share, but it's a huge time sink. Time we're not earning. We finally find a single room in a dated motel 45 minutes away by bus. The shelter cost plus the bus fare has already used 70% of our day 1 funds. Shot of a small, dim motel room. We drop our 1 bag. The reality of the average is this room. It's not terrible, but it's lonely, it's transient, and it's our biggest expense by a mile. The pressure is immediate, this has to be earned again tomorrow. There's no security. Now, food. With less than 30% of our money left, we walk to the closest discount grocery store. This is where the true math of poverty hits. A bag of rice is cheap per meal, but we need a pot, water, and a way to boil it. We can't afford a pot. A loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter? That's doable, but it's our calories for the next 36 hours. Fruits and vegetables? A luxury. We stare at the prices. A single banana feels like an investment. We opt for the cheapest loaf of bread, a store-brand peanut butter, and a pack of discount ramen that we can cook using the motel's coffee maker hot water. It's depressing. The idea of a balanced diet is a joke on this budget. You're not eating for health, you're eating for caloric survival. Shot of Sam looking at phone, frustrated. Simultaneously, we have to complete our gig task. We need internet. The motel Wi-Fi is paywalled. Our phone data is part of our budget, and we're low. We sit outside a library to use free Wi-Fi to complete a data entry microtask online. It pays a tiny amount into our digital budget, but it takes an hour. An hour of work for what translates to maybe a couple of bananas. The psychological weight is immense. Every minute feels like it must be monetized, but the returns are pitiful. Day 1 ends with us in a dim motel room, eating dry ramen from a coffee mug, calculating if we can afford the bus tomorrow to a cheaper grocery store. The silence isn't peaceful, it's anxious. We have to do this all again tomorrow, and we start with 0. Morning light, alarm clock beeping. Music returns, more urgent. Day 2. We wake up already behind. We need to check out by 11, which means we need to secure day 2's shelter while also managing today's food and gig work. The motel is not an option again, it was too expensive. We search for alternatives and find a bed in a shared dorm-style hostel. It's slightly cheaper, but it's across town. The transportation cost eats the saving,